Hey guys, Michael here from AroundTheTech.com. This is Around the Tech episode number 8. The first story of the day is the Droid 2. Well, it's been leaked among several times on many different websites. Some of the specifications that we have is Android 2.2. It'll function as a 3G hotspot. It'll be running on Verizon Wireless with 8 GB of built-in storage with micro SD expansion up to 32 GB. The swipe keyboard, which many of you have used and enjoy, as well as a 1 GHz CPU, making it 40% faster than the previous Droid. Now, for me, I don't really understand where this would fit, because we have the Droid X on Verizon Wireless, which is a very popular phone. It's a huge display. And we had the original Droid, which in my opinion was a big letdown. So why would people want to use the Droid 2 if you could get the Droid X or maybe even the Droid Incredible? So I think that we need to have some more specifications come out. There's rumors that this will be launching in a few weeks. We'll have to see. Of course, if it does have a keyboard like the original Droid, then I think that would be kind of impressive as long as it's improved over that original model. Next up, the Google Wave is dead. If you remember Google Wave, I was never really big on it, but it's that community collaboration tool. Google says they'll no longer be developing it. It was basically sort of like Facebook and Twitter and blogging all built into one platform where you could post stories and content and other people could collab on it. Again, I didn't really see the usefulness of it because you had other platforms that could do the same things, and it just kind of seemed like, you know, you'd have to have all these new people come to Google Wave to use it, where you can still, you know, have email with whatever client you want, and people don't have to necessarily have Gmail to talk to you. You don't necessarily have to have Gtalk to talk to other people. So I didn't really see the usefulness of it. It'll remain online through the end of the year, though development has halted. And they plan on introducing this or trying to integrate it into their other products. So I'm not exactly sure how that would work. Again, I think Google. I wrote a blog post about this in the past, but I think Google has a little bit too much control over our daily lives. And even if they were to improve this service, I would stay clear of it because Google already has enough control and enough knowledge about me. Sharp has said that they'll be launching 3D smartphones worldwide, not just in one particular market, in 2010. Now, what's the most interesting about this is there are no glasses needed. Now, we talked about this on a previous episode, but I think that 3D technology is completely overhyped and overrated until they can really master without glasses. At that point, it would need to be reevaluated in my eyes. I'm still not exactly sure if that's something that I'd be interested in, but without glasses, that's a huge thing. So if they can actually get a smartphone working with that, then, you know, it's a possibility that it could be accepted. It will have a 3D camera. That's about all the stuff we know about this product. But, you know, I still don't see the usefulness of it, especially in a device this size. I mean, I'm questioning it on a big screen TV for watching, and even in movies and stuff, a lot of times I go to the 2D version just because it's easier to watch. So why would we want such a small screen to have 3D? I don't understand that, but maybe if that technology really is working well in Sharp 3D smartphones, you know, maybe we'll see it in televisions. Another thing I want to talk to you about, Microsoft. We all know them from Redmond. They're working on an algorithm that actually uses motion sensors to fix blurry pictures. We've all taken pictures where it just wasn't perfectly crisp and clear because either the subject moved a little bit, maybe we shook a little bit, but Microsoft is working on something that will actually record the shake with an accelerometer and a gyroscope, and then through their algorithm actually remove the blur, making it a more crispy picture by canceling the recorded shake. That's really kind of an interesting thing. It's not perfect, but it does look really good with some of the samples and animated GIFs that I've seen, or GIFs, whatever you want to call them. There's no release dates for this. We don't know if it'll be a standalone product, an algorithm that any company can implement, or if Microsoft is going to start releasing their own DSLR lines. But I think this is an interesting thing, and this could be really useful for point-and-shoots that don't have the biggest lenses and don't let in a lot of light, because, you know, we're always moving, and if we're not on a tripod, just a little bit of a movement can make the picture not look as nice, and if this algorithm can correct that, that's a really cool thing. Now for quick links for episode number 8. The BlackBerry Torch was announced this week. That's that 3.2-inch capacitive touchscreen BlackBerry with a slide-up QWERTY keyboard. I'm not exactly too happy on it. You can see my dedicated video on it in one of the previous videos. I think it's really underpowered, and if BlackBerry really wants to get back into the market and really wants to have a flagship phone, they need to make it with a bigger screen and more powerful internal components. But for your question of the day, if you don't really know about it, check out the previous video. But do you think the Torch is worth buying? In my eyes, at $200, you have better choices on AT&T, like the Captivate, like the iPhone 4, but I'd just like to hear your 2 cents about that. Also, the iPhone 4 as well as iOS has been jailbroken, but this time it's a Safari-based solution just as it was previously with the original iPhone in 2007. Just head on over to jailbreakme.com. They also have an updated Ultra Snow solution so you can unlock your iPhone 4 as well. And what's actually kind of funny is because this was so easy, people keep going into Apple stores across the country and jailbreaking the devices. And if I walked into an Apple store and saw Cydia on an iPad or an iPhone 4, I would think that would be pretty funny. So they're trying to block it, but it's still such an easy solution that, go to your local Apple store and see if you can see Cydia on their products. One of the final things, Yoko Ono says Apple is still far away from a Beatles deal for iTunes. In fact, she has been quoted as saying, "Don't hold your breath for anything." This is a huge problem. The Beatles are such a great band, arguably the best band in history of rock and roll. I'm a huge fan of the Beatles, as you've probably seen in previous videos. And I think that it's a big deal that they're not on iTunes. They're one of the last remaining huge media libraries that aren't available for digital distribution. And one day they're going to get a huge sum of money from Apple or Amazon or whatever service has it, and, we'll see. I just want to address some concerns that we've had in the previous comments. One of the biggest things were people saying, "Why are you reading? Stop reading, stop stealing content." Well, I just want to say that for the last few episodes of Around the Tech, not including this one, they were scripted. I'm sorry, none of my other videos have ever been scripted before, and the only reason I had it scripted was because I wanted to make sure this content stayed below 5 minutes, and scripting it allowed me to write some stuff up with my own opinions. I wasn't copying them from any blogs or anything of that nature, but I just wanted to make sure that the video stayed concise. So I'm trying to do that now. This video was completely freestyled. I only had some bullet points in front of me, just so I didn't leave anything out. Just the different stories were bullet pointed. So I just want to address that, and hopefully you guys can see this one isn't scripted at all, and I think the style is definitely better, but the only problem is the length. And also, just in terms of video uploading, originally it was supposed to be once a week. Then I tried twice a week because a lot of people asked for it. The problem with twice a week is that it really didn't give me a lot of time to put other content on the channel, because if I did Monday and Thursday, I didn't want to put something up on Tuesday because then the Around the Tech episode wouldn't have enough time to be enjoyed. Wednesday was the same thing, and then for Wednesday, I knew that if I put that content out, there would be something new the next day, so it wouldn't get as many views and as many eyes because people would see the more new video. So that was just a problem. I'm going to stick to Fridays only at this point just because it's easier for me and it'll allow me to choose from the broadest array of content for the week. And finally, for your deal of the day, all you Xbox 360 owners, get Halo Reach from Newegg. You can pre-order now for only $44.99 compared to $60 almost anywhere else on the market. I hope that's a good deal for you. I think I'm going to go pre-order right now. Thanks for watching Around the Tech episode number 8. Hopefully this is improved, and please tell me if it's improved. I think it's a better show, but of course you're the judge of that. And a lot of people say I don't even look at those comments, but clearly I do. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.